Hi guys, just thought I'd show a quick video on this little printer that I've bought. It's the Tevo Michelangelo. It's only been released a couple of months ago, so I bought a few of these for putting down in my shop, in my workspace, and I've been running this one for a couple of weeks, and just thought I'd share my views and thoughts on it really. On the positive side, it's very cheap. It's about 150 or 160 £160. It's very small, it's very compact. It's got a reasonably large build area, 150 by 150 by about 150. You can squeeze a little bit more at the height, about 160. No heat bed. I expect a lot of people already know about this printer anyway, but I just thought I'd show the results that I'm getting off of it. This is actually the first printer that I've actually bought that's been manufactured by someone else. All my other printers are homebrew, and I only have ever printed ABS. This is my first ever PLA printer, and I must say I can see why everybody likes PLA plastic. Compared to ABS, it is a different animal altogether, but I am really impressed with this little printer. I can zoom in. So what I have done is I've changed the nozzle from a 0.4 to a 0.2. I changed the PTFE tube to the Capricorn and cut it a little bit shorter because it's a bit too long really. I tensioned the belts. One thing that people might notice when they get theirs is where that belt is secured on the bed plate, they kind of push the belt all the way up to the top of those slots, and unfortunately it puts the belt out of line and the belt twists and rubs, and that's just not great for belts and pulleys really, to be out of line. So it's a good idea to try and push that down to the slot and allow the belt to be aligned there. This one's quite aligned at the back there. You can see that one still needs to be pushed down a bit more. Obviously being careful that they don't push right out of the slots, but yeah, they could be doing with being a little bit lower, those slots, so that the belt can be pushed up in and keep the alignment. But that's one thing I noticed with it. The other thing is the plate that the pulleys are on the bed axis, it's not entirely straight, and because of that the bed is the one side of the springs are wound down with probably about a 10-12 mil gap, and the other side with about a 16-18 mil gap. So it works fine, but it just shows that the plates aren't perfectly flat and square on these little printers. I suppose they're not for a majority of those that just use pressed out plates like this. Same with this one, it's not perfectly square. It's hard to see with a camera, but because it's not perfectly square, the V wheels do not sit exact in the V slots. So that's just where this plate is not completely flat along that plane. It's a little bit bowed where they've pressed it and bent it into shape. But I mean, it runs fine. It's the only thing I can see is it's putting excessive wear on the bearings, and I have had to clean them up quite a bit, so you might be able to see. I can zoom right in. Excuse the camera. There is the excessive wear. Come on. very hard to see with it moving. I'll do another video when it's stopped, but basically because it's not perfectly in line and the V groove wheels are not sat exact in the channel, it's sort of rubbing a groove onto the pulley and actually rubbing the plastic off the pulley. But that can be resolved, and I will resolve that. I've got some open build wheels that I might change them to see if they're any harder of a plastic. But other than that, out of the box, this printer is amazing. It is just, yeah, excellent. I did have some issues with bed adhesion with PLA. I tried masking tape and a few other things, and yeah, I got rid of that idea straight away. So I'm using like a sheet of polycarbonate, and I must say the PLA sticks amazing to it. It really does hold down brilliantly. I've not had a print lift since using the polycarbonate, and yeah, obviously you then take the polycarbonate off, flex it, and the print pops off brilliantly without a problem. Yeah, so I give up with the masking tape. The masking tape just doesn't stick to the bed. The PLA sticks to the masking tape and pulls up and just pulls the masking tape off the bed. So yeah, I gave up with that idea, and since I've tried the polycarbonate, this works brilliantly. Absolutely solves the problem and the mess straight away. Yeah, so I think this is a very good printer indeed. All self-contained, obviously, and yeah, what else can I say other than it prints excellently. It's obviously for smaller models and only for PLA, I suspect, with no heated bed. But my first impressions for using it for the last couple of weeks are, yeah, it works faultlessly. Absolutely amazing. So for anyone who's thinking of buying a Tevo Michelangelo, for the money you can't really go wrong, I don't think. And I can see many years of use out of this if you just ensure that everything's running correctly and nothing's rubbing and wearing whilst it's running. Now I've been leaving this for running for 20 hours or so at a time, and yeah, really not one issue. I've not had one nozzle jam, even on the 0.2, and I'm only using just a holder like that, so nothing special, and it's a standard Titan copy extruder on there. I have seen online about the alignment of this Z-axis and to remove the bracket there. I have measured it and it's not perfectly in line. Whether you can loosen some brackets off or loosen the screws down below and loosen the top off and get the alignment better, I don't know. I'm going to look at that the next few days, because I think it probably can do. I don't want to actually remove that nut entirely. It does help to have them supported. It would be nice to have a bearing down here to take the weight of everything, rather than having it on the bearing of the stepper motor. But then obviously everything has to be perfectly in line, otherwise it just binds up. But I shall look to see if that can be aligned a little bit better, because it is ever so slightly out. But other than that, yeah, I'm so impressed really. It's absolutely fantastic little printer, and I'm glad I've got a couple of them, because they're going to be used non-stop for quite a while, I think. So yes, more videos to come as I've building them up to put online. Obviously only moved into my workspace a few weeks ago, and I'm still waiting for a lot of stuff to turn up. Out of the things I was waiting for, it was some of these, and yeah, I'm very impressed. What more can you say? Tevo Michelangelo, amazing little machine, and works out of the box pretty much, and I love it, absolutely, I love it, great. So I hope if you thinking about getting one that you this might have helped. As with all Chinese printers, there's things you can find at fault, but with this one there's very little bar the alignment issues, and all those can be rectified and put correct, and there you go. Fantastic little printer that you can take anywhere. And I mean, let's face it, it takes up not a lot of space on my desk in reality. There we go, Tevo Michelangelo. Cheers guys, speak to you soon.